Today we're going to take a look at our recently finished Rx7 project. Now this is a car that fortunately I've had the opportunity to work on a few times in different phases to get it to where it's at right now. I did a video about 2 years ago where Billy first came in to get the V-mount setup done, which at that point I made the intercooler, made the radiator, well actually converted the radiator to work as V-mount, and we just put the BorgWarner S362 on it using an existing exhaust manifold. This time he came back, he wanted to evolve and go to better manifolds, so I built a long runner forward facing manifold, went from a single 44 to twin tile MVR 44 gates, new 3-inch downpipe to bolt up to the existing exhaust. So give me a basic rundown on the outside of the car.
Outside of the car has a feed kit from Shine Auto Project. They're out of California. Has the 25mm wider fenders, the carbon skirts, and it has a Saban bonnet. It is the REA style bonnet. It also has the low profile spoiler and a Scoot Sports authentic JDM front bumper, pretty rare. It's classy dipped just because it's really easy to change the color. It also protects the paint up underneath the car. It has Advan RGD wheels. It's a square setup, 17 by 9.5 plus 25 offset. The tires aren't really anything special. They get the job done. That's about it for the exterior of the car. Of course there's a carbon mirror, pretty much it.
The little, I guess those are mirror deletes on the fender?
Yes, it had fender mirrors on it. At one point I've still got those so I can change them back and forth. The mirrors that are on it now are actually modular, so if I wanted to change those at any time with like a different unit, so say the body of it has, the company has different shapes. It's also got different weave patterns for the carbon, so I can change those pretty much at will, different bases. The fender mirrors were the REA fender mirrors, mostly for aesthetics. It's not very practical for the States.
Cool, so what about the bay, the engine itself?
The engine itself is the 13B twin turbo converted to a single turbo with the BorgWarner S362 turbo and a custom go-autoworks long runner twin wastegate manifold. It's also got the custom go-autoworks V-mount intercooler setup going on with it. It has stock ports. It has a tuned by Addicted Performance out of Tennessee, running on the Power FC platform. It has an X7 Hyper Single Clutch. Has the ABS delete. Notorious problem for these cars is the sensors go bad on them, and instead of repairing it from Mazda, which costs entirely too much, which I'm sure plenty of people will agree, it's just easier to get the Alex Rodriguez or similar ABS delete kit. The ignition system is basically a stock setup with the addition of an HKS twin power ignition booster. It's a very popular thing to do with the rotaries, especially the FDs. It has the air pump delete, mostly for fitment with big turbo. A fuel system by Full Function Engineering, the Full Function rails, primary and secondary, running 1000 cc primary injectors and 2000 cc secondary injectors. The fuel pumps it has are made for E85. It has a set of the Walbro 450s on a CJ hanger.
So you're running dual pumps?
It has dual pumps, yes.
450s?
Yes.
I'm off subject. I got 320s in mine. On the 2200s, that's actually what I'm thinking. I don't know if I'm gonna put 2 back in it or just 1. But anyway, yeah.
Well, like we were talking about earlier, the Radium in-tank surge tank is designed to have a pair of Wally 450s inside the surge tank and a 450 lift pump. But it's kind of an interesting setup because it's in tank, so it's not really a lift tank or a lift pump so much as it is a fill pump.
Right.
So you don't have to really worry about any kind of hard cornering or anything like that. The tank is immersed inside your fuel tank. So I'm interested to see how that's going to be implemented whenever people start using it. I'm planning on using it. Lots of custom stuff. Custom heat shield on the lower intake manifold. Of course, the custom V-mount. It has custom downpipe, custom exhaust, custom charge pipes. Sure, there's plenty of stuff that I'm forgetting that I've done to this car by now.
Yeah, that's how it goes. How long have you owned the car?
I have owned the car since 2009.
Yeah, so you do stuff over 9 years. You stop keeping track of every little thing. So that you said twin oil coolers, and tell me about the radiator setup.
The radiator setup is a coil radiator utilizing the same mounting setup that the HKS V-mount kit comes with. It's mounted with the fans on the reverse side, clearing the sway bar, so if you do hit anything, it's going to take damage at the sway bar before it's going to take any damage at the radiator setup.
Right.
So it's pretty safe. Of course, just depending on how you drive and what you look for on the road in terms of debris and what have you is going to play a pretty big factor too. 500, maybe.
And it was just a matter of replacing, I guess, the sealer part of it?
Well, the headlight housings come apart.
Uh-huh.
You can take those apart and then you cut the backs out of them and you put a projector HID unit in it. Mm-hmm. And it's not like something that it's plug and play. You actually have to mold it into it. And then, of course, the shroud and the bulb and the ballast and then the harness. But the HID units...
My last question here. What's the favorite part of the car? Or the best thing about owning a car, rather? Other than it attracts a lot of attention, I'm sure, because you don't see them.
The fact that it still has a rotary in it.
Yeah, no LS swap?
No LS swap. Played around with the idea before. It's a really healthy rotary.
Uh-huh.
We've compression tested it a couple different times. The last compression test yielded brand new engine results.
Right.
And it has unknown mileage on it. It's a reman. Meaning it was actually remanufactured from Mazda and put in by a second party when I got the car. So it was basically a brand new engine, had brand new turbo, but This was 8 years ago, and it's still making almost 120 psi on the rotors.
I told you when I was driving it, a guy came on and asked me, was it a 2017 Porsche? I didn't tell you that?
I think you might have. I've had people ask me, what kind of Corvette is that? Or it doesn't have any badges or anything on the front, so you don't see it, and the body lines are different on it, different hood. So yeah, it looks more like, I guess you could say, a modern exotic, except for the fact that it's not.
Right. We got quite a few of these builds coming. If you'd like to see them online, let me know. We'll video them. We got the Skyline, 2 Skyline R32s here to do builds on. Got the S2000. I'm going to redo some parts, show you some close-ups, some fabrication work on it. We got a Civic that we're doing a full swap, turbo, everything to it type build. So be sure to check it out. Follow the channel, share. You can catch us on Instagram at go-autoworks. The store, go-autoworks-store.com. So let us know what you'd like to see. If you got a comment, leave it. I'll check it out, usually reply to them. So just give us a call, give us a follow, give us a shout.